There's a truth nobody wants to say out loud because it sounds shallow, because it sounds vain, because people are terrified of being judged for caring about how they look. But here it is anyway. How you show up matters way more than you think. Not because the world is fair, not because people are good judges of character, but because your appearance is the first message you send to the world. And more importantly, it's the first message you send to yourself, every single day. Stay until the end, because this goes way beyond clothes or the gym. This is about your prosperity, your energy, and the life you're either building or letting slip away. The lie that's been holding you back. For years, we were sold a very comforting idea. It's what's on the inside that counts. And yes, what's inside matters, deeply. But there's a trap hidden in that message that almost nobody talks about. That phrase became an excuse, a justification for neglect, a way to romanticize not trying. How many people do you know who say, "I'm just being real, I don't care about that stuff"? But actually, they're just avoiding looking in the mirror. How many people hide behind depth while their outside is screaming that they've given up? Here's the truth. Your inside and your outside are not opposites. They're the same message written in two different languages. Your appearance doesn't compete with your character. Your appearance is the visible expression of your character. Real quick, before we go further, I want to hear from you. Drop a comment and tell me, was there a time in your life when you took better care of yourself? How did you feel back then compared to right now? Be honest. The comments section doesn't lie. Your body is your first business. Let's talk about prosperity, because that's really what this whole conversation is about. Most people think prosperity starts with an opportunity, with money, with the right connections, with luck. Wrong. Prosperity starts with the level of respect you have for yourself, and that respect shows. People feel it before you even open your mouth. Your body is your first business, and like any business, it requires investment, maintenance, and a brand that communicates value. Think about it. Before you say a word in a meeting, before you show your skills, before you prove your intelligence, you've already sent a message. Your posture already spoke. Your presence already negotiated. Your physical energy already signed the first deal. Successful people know this. It's not a coincidence that CEOs wake up early to work out. It's not vanity that leaders invest in their presence. It's strategy. It's the awareness that the container matters as much as the content. The three levers of self-care that build prosperity. Let's get practical. There are three areas where self-care directly converts into prosperity. First lever, what you put in your body. Food isn't just pleasure or habit, it's information. Every time you eat, you're sending biochemical instructions to your brain. You want mental clarity to make life-changing decisions. It starts with what's on your plate. A brain clouded by inflammation and sugar can't spot opportunities, can't think fast, can't lead. Second lever, movement. Your body was built to move, and when it doesn't move, it deteriorates. Not just physically. Inactivity breeds depression, anxiety, mental sluggishness. And mental sluggishness is the #1 enemy of anyone who wants to build something meaningful. When you exercise, you don't just change your body, you change your brain chemistry. You release dopamine, serotonin, norepinephrine. You tell your nervous system, I am capable, I am strong, I can handle this. And that message follows you through the entire day. When you negotiate, when you present, when you make hard calls. Third lever, how you present yourself. The clothes you wear are not superficial. They are a statement of intent. Getting dressed with care, even on an ordinary Tuesday, sends a signal to your own brain. Today matters. I matter. There are studies showing that dressing well improves abstract thinking, confidence, and performance on complex tasks. I'm not asking you to spend a fortune. I'm asking you to choose with intention. Tell me in the comments, which of these three levers is your biggest weak point right now? nutrition, movement, or how you present yourself. No judgment. I've had periods where all three were broken at the same time, but the first step is owning it. The real cost of neglect. Let's look at this from a different angle. What does it actually cost you to neglect yourself? I'm not talking about health costs, though those are brutal. I'm talking about the invisible cost. Every time you break a promise to yourself, to eat better, to work out, to show up with intention, you're not just postponing a result, you're eroding your self-trust. Your mind keeps score, and over time it builds a story. I'm not the kind of person who takes care of themselves. I'm not the kind of person who follows through. I talk, but I don't act. And that story is the most expensive thing you own, because it determines the decisions you make, the opportunities you chase, or let walk right past you. The way you show up in relationships, in business, in life. The person who can't keep small personal promises rarely keeps the big professional ones. Self-care at its core is training yourself to be someone who keeps their word. Real prosperity, the virtuous cycle. Here's the secret that most self-help books never explain clearly enough. Self-care isn't the reward for success. Self-care is the path to success. When you take care of yourself, you think better. When you think better, you make better decisions. When you make better decisions, your results improve. When your results improve, your self-worth goes up. And higher self-worth drives you to take even better care of yourself. It's a virtuous cycle. And it starts with something as simple as choosing a real meal, going for a 30-minute walk, or dressing like someone who takes their day seriously on a random Wednesday. Now, the vicious cycle works exactly the same way, just in reverse. Neglect creates mental fog. Mental fog produces bad decisions. Bad decisions generate poor results. Poor results crush self-esteem. And low self-esteem justifies more neglect. Which cycle are you living in right now? This is the big question, and I want a real answer. What area of your life has your self-neglect cost you the most? Career? Relationships? Mental state? You don't have to go into detail if you don't want to. Just drop one word: career, relationships, or mind. Let's see where we're at. Systems beat motivation every time. So how do you actually make this stick? Because we've all had motivation spikes that last a week, and then nothing. The answer isn't more motivation. The answer is systems. Motivation is a guest that shows up without warning and leaves when you need it most. Systems are the structure that works even when you don't feel like it. What does a system look like? It means certain foods are in your house and others aren't. Decision already made. It means you have a movement schedule that's non-negotiable. Treat it like a work meeting you can't cancel. It means you have a basic wardrobe that works well together, so you're not draining mental energy every morning deciding what to wear. Systems eliminate friction, and when you eliminate friction, self-care stops being a heroic effort and becomes your default setting. I want you to remember something before you close this video. Your appearance is your visible biography. It's the story you're telling, first to yourself, then to the world. And you write that story with small, daily, seemingly insignificant decisions. Did you sleep? Did you eat something that fuels you? Did you move today? Did you dress like someone who respects themselves? I'm not asking for perfection. I'm asking for direction. More good days than bad. More conscious choices than automatic ones. More promises kept than broken. Because when that becomes your pattern, something powerful happens. You look in the mirror one ordinary day and you recognize the person looking back. And that person tells you, without saying a word, I decided I was worth it. I decided I deserved my own attention. And here I am. That's real prosperity, not just money. It's the certainty that you are someone who does what they say they will. Start today. Not tomorrow, today. If anything I said today hit home, I need you to do 3 things. First, leave a comment. Tell me which idea landed hardest for you. Second, share this video with someone who needs to hear it. You already know who that person is. Third, subscribe if you haven't already. This channel is about real prosperity, not quick fixes, not shortcuts, building from the inside out. See you in the next one. Take care of yourself. And now that you've watched this, you know exactly what that means.